So we're working on this 5-ton railroad tie slash forklift jack. My dad uses these for forklifts all the time, and they work really good. This one, I believe this is a 5-ton. I actually haven't even looked it up to see what all this actually means. A simplex part number 4, whatever that means. It's got a cool little maybe branding on it. Again, I have no idea what it means. 84A, made in the USA. It says simplex again. I don't know what any of this stuff means. I haven't Googled it, but look at that. Actually says capacity 5 tons. So luckily it is 5 tons, and I didn't realize that, which is great. A car generally weighs about 3,500 pounds, so 5 tons, 10,000 pounds, 2,200 pounds more or less per ton. And so it should lift everything that I need, really. Now I can put this under a rear axle and lift it up fairly easily. It's still getting stuck, but I'll soak it in transmission fluid and just keep on moving everything until everything gets loose. Once you get a little bit of fluid between all the pieces of metal, it acts like a bearing and works really good. The next problem is keeping it clean, so if you get fine dust in there, that's how I lose tools. Look at that. It's like, don't lose me, don't lose me. This is my Milwaukee full tank screwdriver. I love it. So we did apply some heat. Here's my gallon of gas. I went out and bought some fresh gas. Here's a little tool that I use to spray fluids, and I've got one of those Milwaukee compressors that I fill it up with, and it works out really well. So then here's my lighter. Keep it in the glove compartment of my car because I'll use this randomly. I don't know where my nice one is where you just click it and it starts, but really the only issue it had was that this inner shaft was not moving easily along this or this, and so this one eventually broke free. You can see I did have to bang on it. I basically put the screwdriver like this and use this hammer to break this one free. Then I realized that this bottom piece was not moving either, so now I can get my safety in there. That was the biggest concern, is getting that safety. You can see still needs a little motivation to move, but now the bottom and top piece move freely with those two. This moves the lever in here, and this one moves this lever right there. So that's how they meet, and it's so smart that these springs allow a little bit of movement just to, like I said, put this hook in there. But this thing is still binding, so once I get my safety in there, it's got to be in the right position to get it to fit. Sometimes it just doesn't. There you go. Well, I say that, and it doesn't cooperate. So it's just binding. That's what the problem is. It's still not even. There we go. You see how that there was just a little bit of movement from up here to down, just a little bit. But now this thing should go up. But like I said, it is binding. So every time I come up, there it goes. My dad always had big old logs, like railroad ties. You know, they 8x8-inch logs. So you put them underneath and do that. So you can't really tell from that angle, but that's already gone up a little bit. So everything's still binding. I'll get some transmission fluid on there. I met this gentleman at the AutoZone once. Guy was an engineering student. Now he's a full-blown engineer. That was 10-15 years ago. But he told me in one of his chemistry classes, what they did, they got a container and put 50% of transmission fluid and 50% lacquer thinner or paint thinner. So 50% transmission fluid, 50% lacquer thinner. Mix it a little bit, sprayed it, and everything that's rusty will come free. You can waste your money on WD-40 or, you know, that penetrating gas, oils or whatnot. But again, those are like $40-50 a gallon. A gallon transmission fluid is $20. A gallon of lacquer thinner is $20. So for $40, you get 2 gallons of stuff that will work all the time whenever you need it. And so I haven't done the math to see how much carburetor cleaner is, or brake cleaner, or bolt PB blaster, WD-40 is per gallon. But there's no way it's cheaper than mixing your own thing. And so I have multiple containers. That one just happens to be gas, but I'll have one that has transmission fluid, one that has transmission and paint thinner, and free everything up. But anyways, the 5-ton simplex railroad tie forklift jack is now free. I mean, I could use it as is. I'd struggle a little bit with it, but it'll work for the most part. Thanks for watching. The next project is getting this Toro going. You can see I already took the air filter off. This was a sidetrack from getting this thing up and running. There's the air filter there. There's a housing, and I'll make a video on that. I haven't moved it just because I didn't want to take it off the trailer. And then I need to go buy an engine for that thing. And I bet you that engine works, but it's been taken apart. I'm not gonna mess with it now. It needs a carburetor, air filter, and a bunch of stuff. So I'll just go buy another engine and get rid of that Billy Goat, whatever. If you need any parts or stuff fixed, I'm in the Fort Worth area. 863-797-4915. 863-797-4915. Always have a bunch of tools, tractors, things that come in and need repairs. Look at that weld job, huh? It's perfect. Heavy duty, huh? Looks like that's held on for a while. I would like to be able to put a little like drag wheel thing you can stand on as it goes. This thing has a transmission. It's got reverse, neutral, first, second. This thing can haul butt if you needed it to. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.